This resource is Prodigy. I love to use this resource a lot in my classroom because it's free and students are way more engaged in math practice when using this resource. I wanted a way for students to practice math skills that they would want to participate in. The ISTE standards that go along with this are number 6, facilitator. Educators facilitate learning with technology to support student achievement of the ISTE standards for students. Specifically C, create learning opportunities that challenge students to use in a design process and computational thinking to innovate and solve problems. And number 5, designer. Educators design authentic learner-driven activities and environments that recognize and accommodate learner variability. So the goal here is to show you how to create an assignment and check the reports. So I will go to log in. The students would go to Play Prodigy if they want to play Prodigy, but I'm going to go on the teacher side. So here is a class. You can see the dashboard here has all of the questions, top students, the planner, placement, kind of what grade they're at. So this is the in progress. If they're placed in grade 5, grade 3, grade 4. So it gives them a placement test when they first join. And then it also tells you the weekly skills that you are working on. So the main thing that I look at is the planner. I like to plan lots of assignments because the more the kids play, they run out of questions to answer, and then it will just give them questions based on the grade that they were placed in. So the way to create an assignment is to click create, and there are 3 different options. You can create an assignment to quiz them on a set of skills. So if you're specifically working on multiplication, you can do an assignment for that. You can align them to a standard. So you pick a standard and it will give them all kinds of questions that have to do with that standard. Or you can pick a test prep. I like to do this when we get closer to state assessments. And it just gives them all the different variety of questions that could be on the state assessment while they're playing. So this is the one I do the most. So we're going to go ahead with this one. So it has the Kansas College and Career Ready Standards, 4th grade. So these are all of the different skills that could be assessed. We'll go ahead and pick multiplication. So it also breaks it down even farther, and you can see over here the types of questions it would ask if you assigned this. So we're just going to pick this one, 4 digit by 1 digit. You can pick multiple, and then you can go next, and then you can choose how many of each question type you want to have asked. Once you pick that, then you would click next. You would pick which students you want to assign it to. So this is where you can differentiate if you want to assign maybe a little bit harder concepts to those high students and some a little bit easier to the students who are struggling, or maybe more practice to the students who are struggling on certain skills. You can do that here. And then you click next, and then you just choose when you want them to be able to do this assignment. So if I choose this week, and then I click create, it's right there for them to do. You can also look at previous assignments. So I also use Prodigy as kind of an incentive to get work done, or in their free time they like to play Prodigy. So not all of the time does every student finish every assignment, but it is a good opportunity. You can view the report, and you can see which students did finish and how they did on this assignment. You can list it by struggling. There's a lot of different reports that you can see. You can see just their report on the placement test. So seeing where it placed them, and it breaks it down by domain. So numbers and operations, it placed this many students in this section here. So it's the grade. So grade 4, it placed 1 student, and it tells you the student in grade 4 for operations and algebraic thinking. But I had a lot of students placed in 5th grade for operations and algebraic thinking, which is great to see. But I can also see this outlier here in measurement and data to know that the student might need a little bit more help in that area, as long as with these that are placed in the 3rd grade in these different domains. So there are so many different reports you can see with Prodigy. The kids love to play it. I can also show you what the kids side looks like. It is very game-like. So as it loads, they are kind of like wizards, logging in. Well, I don't know if it's gonna let me show you the student side, but they are like wizards and they battle each other by casting spells. But in order for their spell to work, they have to get the math problem right. So there are tons of math problems that they're answering. That's why I have so many assignments in 1 week, because if they're getting those students, some students like to play it at home. So I want to make sure there's enough assignments and enough skills for them to be practicing on there that are relevant to what we are doing in class. Um, I think it's a great resource. It keeps students very much engaged in a game setting. So try it out.